What is going on, Locks Mob, and welcome back to the Locks DFS NHL Breakdown. I'm your host, Narang, and I'll be breaking down this 7-game main slate that we have on tap for DraftKings, FanDuel, Prize Picks for Thursday, January 17th. Before I jump into that, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so right here. I updated the profile picture, you already know, with a picture that's like 2 years old, but anyways. If you want to follow me, you can do so right here. You know, that's where I tweet how we're doing in hockey, which, speaking of, we're doing great. We just reached 10 straight on FanDuel, which is crazy, but it's just normal over here. So that's going well. The DraftKings cheat sheet did really well. As you can see, members cashed out on DraftKings as well. So it was a great night all around. The sports bets didn't do that well. It was our first losing sports bet night of 2019, which I'm proud to say because it is 17 days into 2019. But we did go 0-2 and a push. It would have been a profitable day had Calgary just won that game in overtime, but they ended up losing to Buffalo on a Jack Eichel game winner. Cost us our sports bets, but you know what? We're still up over 30 units since 2019 has started, so I'm not sweating. And hockey was great to cover up that loss. The prize picks were also great yesterday. Tyson Berry pushed at 4, and then we got the under on Shane Gostisbehere at 2.5. I'm going to go ahead and give away one of my favorite prize picks right now, actually. Just before I do that, though, if you guys haven't checked out prize picks already, you have to, man. It's going to be the first link in our description. Deposit using that link or use the promo code LOCKS, or you can do both. And if you do that, you'll get a free 2-pick entry up to $50. So you can win up to $50 if you get both those picks right, as well as a 100% deposit bonus match on whatever you put in up to $1,000. So let's say you put in like $500 or even $100, like it'll get matched for $500 or $100 respectively. And all you got to do is roll that over once, and then that promo funds becomes actual funds. Like as you can see, I don't have any promo funds because I've already rolled it over. So now it's all in my credit. So you do the same. And if you do that, if you deposit using our promo code, just DM Locks, just a picture proof that you deposited using our code, and we'll go ahead and add you in so you can get our free picks. Because I only give out like one pick on these videos, but to our members I give out, or to people who have subscribed using our code, then I'll give them like a couple more picks, a couple more real good picks, if you know what I mean. So but the pick for the video, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys Matthew Barzal over 3.5 points at home versus the Devils. I think that's great value on him. I mean, on DK, the guy's priced to $7K. So getting a guy priced at $7K to score 3.5 points I'll take it. But as we talked about, New Jersey's second in the league, or second from the bottom in the league in the last 5 games, high danger chances against. Over the past 5 games, they're second in the league in high danger chances against. Their penalty kill has been pretty good. It's like the second best penalty kill, but going into the Islanders, I think the Islanders have such good 5v5 matchups, their first 2 lines, that I think Barzal definitely gets there over 3.5. I could see him recording a point, throwing quite a few shots on net, blocking a couple, etc. But with that all being said, let's jump into the 7-game slate. We're going to start from the top. We're going to break down a few of my favorite plays at each position, at each price point, and we'll go from there. So starting at the top, we got all the big dogs: Matthews, Point, Bergeron, Stamkos, Tavares. I like the guy right under that. I'm really interested in Tyler Seguin at 7.3K. I think Dallas could have a big game here versus LA. They're getting some positive steam on their line movement, 3.1 to 3.2. I like who he pairs with. You know what you're getting with Seguin. You're getting one of the league's highest rate shooters. In a good matchup, he should be able to, since he is at home, he should be able to get matched up against the depth lines of LA. Even though the Kopitar-Carter line is nothing to fear, he should get some of those real bad lines down there at the bottom. I'm really interested in this mid-price range of center, though, as I always seem to be. I just think there's a lot of value in this range. Micah Zibanejad at 6.6K is one guy that strikes me as a pretty good value versus a Chicago team that's the worst team in the league as far as expected goals against per 60 goes. And now they're going to the Rangers. I think this game could probably hit the over with how bad the Rangers have been on the penalty kill, how many penalties they've been taking, and how dominant Chicago's been on the power play. So, and the last guy I wanted to talk about is right down, where are we at? There he is. So it's Eric Staal right here at 5.4K. I think Minnesota in general is a tough team to predict because they spread their action, if you will, out so much. They give each sort of line, equal amounts of time on ice. They don't really operate with a true first line. But if they were to, it would be the Eric Staal line, in my opinion. He's not skating with anyone too talented. He's skating with Luke Kunin and Jordan Greenway. Actually, I guess I'd say the first line is the Koivu line for sure. That Koivu-Granlund Zucker line is pretty cool. But I like Eric Staal. I think he's going to be the primary shooter on this line. He had dominant home splits last year. And I really like this matchup. I think this is a get-right game from Minnesota. I think all three of these lines could get there versus Anaheim. I think at home they just get right and put up some points. So, is that the last guy? I feel like I wanted to talk. Oh, yeah. Dylan Strome. Last guy to talk about, Dylan Strome at 4,500, my value pick. So, the thing with Dylan Strome is, like I talked about, he's skating at 5v5 with Patrick Kane, which in and of itself is worth 4.5K. But the fact that he's getting first team power play run is the most important part to me. I mentioned it just a bit earlier. Chicago's been dominant on their power play over the past few weeks. The Rangers have taken the most penalties in the league this year, and they have the worst penalty kill in the league as well. So this is a really, really good spot for this first-team Chicago power play. Chicago's team total has jumped from 3.1 to 3.2 with a little bit of reverse line movement. So I think getting exposure to Patrick Kane through Dylan Strome at 4.5K is a really good move. And that kind of leads us right into winger, where I talk about my favorite high-price option, which is still Patrick Kane. The dude has been an absolute freak this year. I mean, he's a freak every year, but he's been such a like this dude. He skated 28.5 minutes last game, put up 2 goals, 2 assists, and 9 shots on goal. 28.5 minutes. I can't remember the last time I seen a forward skate 28.5 minutes. Like, I think it might have been McDavid, but I don't know. But yeah, he's been an absolute machine. I talk about how good of a spot this is for this Chicago power play, and this is their guy. They use him like they use Alexander Ovechkin in Washington. He does everything for them. So I really like getting exposure to him. And I think this is a day that you can definitely pay up for him as well. In this mid-price range of winger, I like Jamie Benn. I'm not going to talk too much about it. He plays with Tyler Seguin, same line. It's sort of the same reasoning that I like Tyler Seguin. He just underpriced at 5.8K. This guy should be like a 6.5, 6.6K skater. So getting him at this discount value, I really like that. And then coming down into the lower range, I just saw a guy that I actually want to talk about. But the guy I really want to talk about is Pontus Aberg. He's 3,500. So Pontus Aberg got traded from Anaheim to Minnesota. Now he's playing Anaheim. So he's got a little revenge game narrative there. But more importantly, he's skating on this third line. You guys know how I feel about Minnesota. I already said that. But he's skating on this third line with Charlie Coyle and Zach Parise. And I really like this spot for him. He's also got a role on the first team power play, which I love. And Pontus Aberg is a guy that shoots the puck. I mean, he shot the puck a lot at Anaheim. He shot the puck in the minors as well. He's always been a talented offensive prospect. So I'm excited to see him get a role playing with the pass first center in Coyle, a guy to take some attention off of him in Parise. I think this is a good spot for him. And getting him at 3,500 is an absolute steal for me. The guy I saw that I wanted to mention, Matt Zuccarello at 4.6K. That's just too cheap. You compare him with Zibanejad, he correlates perfectly. That's a really nice play. And yeah, that'll do it on winger. Moving on to defense, we're starting at the top again. This for me is kind of feeling like a pay up for defense kind of day. I think there is enough value in the center and wing spots that you can sort of lock in these high floor guys at defense. And for me, that starts with Roman Josi. As always, I mean, Roman Josi is probably the highest floor defenseman not named Burns or Giordano. So I love getting exposure to Josi in what should be a really competitive matchup. He's skating a few more minutes now that PK Subban's back, but he's still going to get you like in the 23-minute mark, which is more than enough for him to put up like a real serviceable fantasy game. Nashville's getting some love on the spread as well. They've risen from 3.3 projected goals to 3.4. 58% of the bets but they've moved from -140 to -164. So that's a solid line move, and it shows you that 58% of the bets have majority of the money in it to move a line this much this early in the day. So I do like getting some exposure to Nashville, and I think getting it through Roman Josi is probably the best route, the highest floor route to go. And then the next guy I want to talk about is John Klingberg at 5.8K. John Klingberg is getting what I like to call stupid minutes. Like, he's getting stupid minutes. He skated 29.5 minutes last game, 25.4 the game before, 27.2 the game before. And he's got a great matchup versus LA. He correlates really, really well with Seguin and Ben. He shoots the puck a ton. He's a very offensive-minded defenseman. LA struggles on the penalty kill. I think he could get a. I mean, we already know he has a great role on the power play, so I think he could pot one with the man advantage today. So yeah, big fan of him. And then goalie, here we go again. I mean, look at your team, see who you have a lot of players on, and just play that goalie. You know, I think maybe Staal is in an interesting spot here at home. Minnesota tends to allow a few shots, so he should rack up a few saves. But should get the win as a pretty big favorite. D'Elia, maybe. I mean, either one of these sides of the Chicago Rangers game, either one of these goalies should see a ton of shots. So whoever you think wins, you could go with them. Ben Bishop's probably the safest option as far as the win goes. So play who you want. And as always, just close your eyes and pray. You'll get there with goalie. But with that being said, thank you guys for checking out this video. Please do like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. It really helps me, really helps the video gain traction so more people can see it. And as always, you will be entered into our giveaway that we run every single week for a free NBA, NHL, or sports bet season pass. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe, and you will be entered into winning that, no doubt. The winner is announced on Taylor's Monday NBA video, so keep an eye out for that come Monday. With that all being said, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you win some money tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.